Well, hello everybody. Jeff again. I'm back, and it's been a long time. And I'll tell you, the last video I sent you guys, it was the fact that I was in Boston, and that's why it was going to be a long time before I could make a video. And why it had been a long time since I made a video. Boston was great, by the way. I found out that apparently a lot of people who subscribe to me. I guess it's really not that many. I guess it's just if you live there, you are more inclined to tell me that you live there. But a lot of people inform me that they either live in Boston or live by Boston. And one thing I forgot was everybody kept telling me to go visit Nebris, Nebris, whatever you want to say. We'll call him Nebbies. I don't know why Nebbies, but we'll call him Nebbies anyway. But anyways, because he lives in Boston, and I didn't think about that. But either way, I left Boston. I came back home, worked a day, went to the fire station for a day, went back to work for 2 days, and I swear to God, the last day that I was working, there were night shifts that I was working. The last day I was working, I ended up randomly buying a ticket and flying out to Maine the very next morning after I got off of work. So I didn't spend time in front of my computer for a series of days. Now I'm back from Maine. I was in Maine for like 4 days, and I came back, and yet again I worked 3 solid days in a row, which were horrible, horrible, horrible days to work. I'm just trying to put up some inventory, and I'm not really that organized, I guess. But they were horrible, horrible, horrible days to work. Lots of random things happened. Lots of bad things happened. Not necessarily to patients, but well, yeah, actually, sometimes they did happen to patients. But nothing was my fault. I was actually one of the people who was helping out basically a friend in need and a patient in need, I guess you could say, because things were not pretty for a little while. But when all is said and done, everything is okay. People are all alive. People are all good. There's some major issues that I have with some of the hospital antics and I guess the way the administration works. I guess some of the way that gravel. Ugh. I know Good said the same thing. Do I not have a skin on? Do I have to relog my skin or something like that? I mean, I'm obviously online because I am on the Mindcrack server, so that's kind of weird. But I know Good mentioned this gravel, and he is right. It's hideous. I don't know. Not that the gravel before was pleasing by any stretch of the imagination, but this stuff is hideous. Hi, Andy. I wonder. I guess I think my spawn's around here somewhere. I hope my spawn's around here somewhere. I kind of want to fight an Enderman and see how tough they are. I haven't really ever taken one on. Ooh yeah, buddy. Let's do it. Hello? Enderman? Oh, I guess it's during the day. Don't they disappear during the day or something like that? Yeah. I guess he wasn't ever going to come and visit me. So, I forgot the last thing that I had done in this video was prior to 1.3, which is where we're sitting at now. Unfortunately, I am in a chunk, an already existing chunk, and I gotta find my way out to. When I get myself more organized, I'm gonna go out and do some exploring of the terrain, try to find some new area and things like that. I just unfortunately am not organized right now because of, being out of town for so long and all. I haven't really had much time to get things like my domestic things prepared, because when I left, my plan when I came back from Boston was I was going to yeah, I was going to work fire station, work for 2 more days, and then I was supposed to have 4 days off, which is the reason I was able to take off to Maine. I didn't know that I had 4 days off. I hadn't looked at the schedule prior to see that I had such a vast amount of time in a row off, but I knew I had a day off because then it was the next set of schedules that I hadn't downloaded yet. Like, our schedules are in 6-week blocks, and I hadn't downloaded it yet to see what my next working conditions were going to be. But when I realized I knew I had the one day off, so my plan was to at least take that one day off, not knowing what else I had off, and to, clean up around the house. We had just gone to the weekend before. Man, I've been out of town a lot. The weekend before, I was at the Firefly Festival in Delaware, and I was gone for 3 days to that. And I mean, that's only I drove there. It's only like an hour and a half drive. It's not like having to get on a plane and go somewhere. It's a lot easier to go to. But I was the chauffeur for a lot of people, so there was like four of us in my car for a lot of the weekend, and your car gets messy when you got that many people. We're basically like not living in the car because we had a hotel room and stuff, but we were, eating in the car, the long drive, things like that. So the car gets messy, and it was quite messy that I wanted to get cleaned up, and I had never had the opportunity to clean it up, and that was part of my plan. And they cleaned my room because of just basically running in and out of here, changing clothes, packing for different trips and things like that. It had just gotten very cluttered and things like that, and I didn't get around to it until today is when I started to do it, and I've got a lot more to do before the evening. So that's why I'm unfortunately not prepared and organized in order to be able to make a perfectly good video and all that fun stuff. Giving that story had actually reminded me of a story I was going to tell in the middle of it that happened that I didn't get. Are you drowning? I hope not. A story that I was going to tell in the middle of all that, but honestly, from the time that I remembered it to the time I finished the sentence I was saying, I already forgot what the story was. So it was probably had to do with the Firefly Festival, which was definitely a lot of fun. I wish there was more bands there. Oh, I know what I was going to say. It wasn't about the Firefly Festival. When I happened to go to Maine, it was coincidentally I was in Portland, and Mumford and Sons was there, and I didn't know, I guess, how big of a deal that was. For one, I'm not the biggest Mumford and Sons fan. It's not that I'm against them. I just don't know them very well. I haven't been much introduced to their music, and it's funny that Good had just talked about that in his video. That is one of the people that the bands he's recently come across that he's really liked. What did I do with that wood? One of the bands he's recently come across that he's really gotten to like, and it was really strange because they apparently are only doing 8 venues, like in a worldwide tour or something like that. And Portland, Maine was one of them. And Portland it's a very awesome town on the coastline and everything like that. But apparently that is huge for them to have done something like that. It's one of the biggest things that's happened in that town in a long, long time, I guess. But I didn't know that was going on when I was going there. I was going there with somebody else who just happened to be there. I was going to meet her up there, and that's why I was able to, or that's why I went. So it was just random coincidence that they were there. But we ended up being at this party. There was like an Obama rally party across the street. They had basically fenced off the beach, completely encased it, fenced it so that there was entry and exit points for like the concert itself, and there was all these houses across the street that I guess they had a contest to see who could decorate their houses the best and all this stuff. So all the houses that were just looking at the fence, where you could hear all the music, you just couldn't see anything. It was great. It was like being, hey, look at this little guy. So I think this thing is working, which is awesome. Maybe cheating, but I forgot villagers can trade. But the so that we ended up being at this party. It was like this Obama rally that we got to, and it was, we ended up meeting like a state representative, the state representative in Maine, and one of the, like, I don't know if it was a congressman or somebody else who was big into their political system, but it wasn't a congressman. It was, I don't know. Either way, they were all really fun people, and we sat and talked and bullshit with them all night, and they invited us in, and it would cost $20 to get in, but it was still like an invite thing. 20 wool for an emerald. It was still an invite thing, so you had to get invited to be able to go in. Well, now if this thing is working, and I feel more confident, I can open them up. Let them escape. Yay, little guys. And, what do you... Hello? Oh. Sorry about that, guys. It looks like I'm having a really finicky internet connection again, and I just came back on, and look, it's, this doorway is not even sealed any longer. Or it's not even open any longer, I mean. So I guess I can go back out and do this. But what I was saying is that, we met all these people. It was a really fun time. They were, An emerald for redstone. Who wants that? What's wrong with you? This guy exists now. A written book for an emerald? How the hell do you make a written book? I know I've heard of it. I didn't know that any villagers would want to trade something like that, though, but I guess they do. But either way, I guess if I need books, I can start harvesting some of this reeds. But so we had you be paid. You still have to get invited into this thing, but we got invited and you had to pay $20, but it was like a big, huge barbecue, all you could drink, beer and liquor. And like, I mean, it was definitely worth the $20. We were there for many, many, many hours, drinking many, many, many drinks and eating lots and lots of good food. But all of a sudden, at some point, because of this contest, everybody's kind of like checking out some of the houses, and they walked up the street, and somebody comes running up the driveway. Not really a driveway; it's like only 20 feet between the house and the road. And they were just like, "They're here, guys! They're here!" Everybody's like, what? Mumford and Sons just decided to cruise up the strip and check out all the houses, and they saw the Obama party and came in and started talking to people for a little while. And a lot of people, I didn't get to go talk to them or shake their hand or anything. I was like 4 people away from them, though, but everybody crowded around them and, was getting their picture taken with them and stuff. So that was kind of cool, even though I don't even know much about Mumford and Sons, but it was still kind of a cool experience, especially since it was such a big venue and, or such a big deal, not the venue, because that they did that in Portland. But unfortunately, I can sense that I'm getting some lag because my key responsiveness is not working too well. But as of now, I guess I'm going to call this video good for now. I really didn't accomplish too much in this. I just kind of talked to you guys about some things for a little while. I will come back to you hopefully later today with another video. I'm planning, once I get a little bit more organized. I have some things I have to do this evening. It depends on how quickly I can get some stuff done. I guess I can go let these guys out over here too. Because I just want to make sure that, I get myself back in line before I start. I switch over to night shift again next week. My schedule is brutal because every other week am switching between day and night shift, and that gets really taxing. Come on, switch. This pick is too damn powerful. It's really not too powerful, but it's quite powerful. I guess I can leave that there. No, because they'll fall. How did I have it so they could get out before? Don't I have people in here? I guess I don't have people trapped in here, but either way, I still want to make it so I can... with this ugly, ugly stuff that I have. I was using nether brick for everything because I had such an abundance of it, which I gotta clean up at some point. And I need to eat some of this bread is what I need to do. And basically, I'm going to call this episode good, though. And like I said, try to get back to you guys later today with a video. If not, my goal would be tomorrow, but I can't guarantee I'm going to be around my house tomorrow because I think I'm going to go out to the Potomac area, but I'm not sure. We will find out. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging in there with me in my time of just crazy insanity that I have not been around for at all. So I will see you guys later. I might take a little nap. In the game. Ooh, they just made love. I've never actually seen the villagers do that before. I thought they randomly just spawned. Yeah. What do you got? An emerald for 5 arrows, and you are a floor man. You're the wool guy, and you don't trade anything yet because you haven't learned your skills. Okay, guys, I will see you next time.